So, lads, I like to rewatch Fever games, and I like to simultaneously rewatch the offense when Caitlin Clark is on the floor. And then the next day, a lot of the time, I'll rewatch the game on like double speed, and I'll do a full kind of breakdown of the game. Unfortunately, we can't show too many plays right now because that's just the way copyright works. But we are going to have to talk about the way the Dallas Wings defended Caitlin Clark, and they defended her like the Chicago Sky have. And the problem is that like once there's a 6'7" big, it's over. It's over when Caitlin Clark's there. If you guys agree, subscribe. We are so close to 54K. We are 115 away. Lads, we gained, what? Did we gain 300, nearly 400 yesterday? We're nearly on 1,000 subscribers since like Wednesday, which is, since like Thursday night? Either way, it's incredible. But the Dallas Wings guarding Caitlin Clark was absolutely it was an embarrassingly bad tactic of guarding Caitlin Clark. I mean this when I say this. They just grabbed her. That's all they did. They just grabbed her. That was their tactic, was to just grab Caitlin Clark. They grabbed Caitlin Clark off the ball. And a couple of times Enrique, touched her. But, they didn't switch screens. Because they can't. Because Caitlin Clark was just putting Lee Rue in pick and rolls. And when Lee Rue was off the floor, she was putting Maisha Hines-Allen, who couldn't guard. She were trying to switch Maisha Hines-Allen onto her. And she was calling her own number on Maisha Hines-Allen. She was able to bring the ball out because she was being guarded by JJ Quinterly. Which meant that if Maisha Hines-Allen went on the switch, it means JJ Quinterly is being guarded by is guarding Aaliyah Boston, which is a bucket. The Dallas Wings do not have the personnel. They don't have the personnel to guard Caitlin. And it is a very interesting one to see when Dejanay is back, because Dejanay is not a good defender. She just hacks people. We can be honest here. Dejanay is not a great defender. She just runs around hacking people. And that is something that I don't think people realize that much, that DJ Carrington's not a very good defender. I think everybody talks about her like she's a locked-in defender. No, she just hacks people. Like DJ Carrington, I'm not joking when I say this. Her left hand, watch almost all of DJ Carrington's steals. Her left hand, she shoves the player's hip. What she's really good at is she shoves the player's hip to throw them off balance, and then she just swipes. And she'll get a little bit of the ball, but she'll get a lot of the player. If you guys, I want to see if I can get a Gaelic football tackle. I want to see if I can get a gif of a Gaelic football tackle. Or just a normal football tackle. But, she tackles like it's Gaelic football. If you guys have ever played Gaelic. It is, you can only see big hits here. But, if you've ever played Gaelic football, it is basically that. She fouls someone with her left hand, but she kind of gets the ball cleanly with her right hand. So the referees ignore the left hand to the hip as long as the right hand to the ball is fine. And that's literally what DJ Carrington does every single time. She will make a contact to the left hip. She just hacks. She's not a good defender. And it makes no difference because DJ Carrington is not going to be able to get around those screens. So when you have that type of defense, all it is there is a wide open Caitlin Clark layup. And if you overplay the Caitlin Clark layup, Caitlin Clark just dumped it down to Natasha Howard. She dumped it down to Aaliyah Boston. They absolutely had no answer. They wanted to stop Caitlin scoring. Realistically, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to stop her scoring, and they didn't stop her passing. And that's the thing, is it's hard to stop both. It is really, really hard to stop Caitlin Clark scoring and Caitlin Clark passing. Because Caitlin Clark, is her just impact on the totality of the game is something that no other player can replicate. No other player can do what Caitlin Clark does for the totality of the game. For the totality of every game. And that's just the big thing when it comes to CC, is that it was a really bad plan. It was a really, really bad plan. And he didn't have any answer, because he would have, to go out and guard Caitlin Clark, there's only really two ways that you can fully guard Caitlin Clark. And if the Fever get a bit better at their off-ball spacing, one of them shouldn't be a thing. Blitzing Caitlin Clark, blitzing a player at half court should get everybody else open. Blitzing a player every possession is not something that should ever work on defense. But we've had two of the least creative offensive coaches that just can't punish that. But what realistically should be happening is, if you're the Dallas Wings, you can flat hedge on Geiselsoder, hedge and recover. We don't see very much hedge and recover because we see a lot of hard hedges and holding blitzes, but we don't see that much flat hedge. Because you can flat hedge Kate. If Caitlin Clark's going right, you have to flat hedge and recover. Because if you hard hedge, she's just she's going to be able to force a switch, or she's gonna get a Leah on. But if you just flat hedge, you stop the immediate turning the corner on the screen. And if you flat hedge, you're giving up Caitlin Clark on a pull up going right. And if Caitlin Clark hits a pull up going right, fair play to her. So what they should be realistically doing is, you don't want to play Leah Rue in a lot of Caitlin Clark minutes because she's just going to abuse Leah Rue in the pick and roll. So you want those Hines, Allen, Geiselsoder minutes at the 4-5 with the two of them. You want those minutes, and you want Paige on Caitlin. Because Paige is the only one of your guards that have any ability to guard Aaliyah if you get caught in a switch. If you get caught in a switch, or that has the length to disrupt Caitlin Clark's pass to Aaliyah, because JJ Quinnerly's a dog. She's a dog. She's just too small. She was just way too small there for Caitlin Clark. She was too small today. And realistically, they were they tried. They tried. And I don't think anyone's going to make the argument that the Dallas Wings could have done much more. They could not have they could not have done that much more when it comes to guarding Caitlin with the personnel they have. Like, this team cannot live with modern basketball. They're not fast enough. They didn't run back on defense. The scariest thing is that to stop Caitlin Clark, you need good offense, because Caitlin Clark just looks up, and if Kelsey Mitchell goes roadrunner, Kelsey Mitchell played wide receiver. Sophie played wide receiver. Natasha Howard played wide receiver. If you want to play wide receiver when Caitlin Clark is in the game, you've got to run back on defense. And the easiest thing to do is you got to score. And the team didn't score enough. This Wings team does not match up well to the Fever. There are teams that match up really well to the Fever. And like, Fever are really tough outs. A lot like the Sparks. Even with Caitlin Clark, the Sparks are a tough out for the Fever. Because in the Sparks' defense, they play hard. They play fast. They're just not good on defense. And Kelsey Plum's a dog as well. Late on in those games. Like the Sparks, I still think the Fever beat the Sparks without Caitlin Clark. But the Sparks are decent. The Atlanta Dream, just because of their size. Whereas the difference is that the Atlanta Dream have a much better coach in Chris Coughlanes, and they have much bigger guards. So even with Caitlin on a mismatch on the big, it's not like you're screwing up the guard. But at the same time, like Tiara McCowan, she cannot play against a team that has a good point guard. She is not good enough to be on the floor against a team that has a competent point guard. She's just not. Haley Jones at times has been switched on to Kate. She's not good enough. Hines Allen is not good enough. Like, these players just were not good enough to do it. Like, they didn't try that much. All they did was just foul Caitlin off the ball, and the referees started calling that early. And when the referees call those off the ball fouls early, you can't be overly physical with her. And then Caitlin just all of a sudden goes and is able to get that space. Like, Caitlin's going to be able to do absolutely everything with nobody near her, realistically. And yeah, it is a shock. It was a shock to see how poorly Caitlin Clark had defended. Like, she generated nearly 2 points per minute. And obviously, look, a lot of the work was done in transition. A lot of the best work was done in transition. But even though a lot of the best work was done in transition, we can't forget that even in the half court, they had no ability whatsoever to guard Caitlin Clark. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.